Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Midweek War! I am Mad Mike, y'all know me, and we are here to talk NXT, the other show in Florida that's really good. With me, as always, back again, is the voice of Inspire Pro Wrestling, Eamon Paton. How are you, sir?
I am fantastic, as always. Very excited to talk about this week's NXT.
Excellent. All right. So we're going to do this like we always do. Eamon, what is your word for NXT?
Ouch.
Nice. Yeah. That's a good word.
Mm.
My word for this week is Roomba. Roomba. Absolutely. Absolutely. Maybe my favorite thing on NXT. Maybe my favorite thing. All right. We'll get to it, of course. Eamon, what's your good for this week?
My good for this week, this was up there with one of my favorite matches of the whole week. Was Hideo Itami against Drew Gulak.
Nice.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really fun match, as you can expect. Just to get this out of the way, Drew Gulak gave one of the biggest slaps I have ever seen at least in a long time. He slapped Hideo Itami's soul off. It was nasty. And Hideo was great in this as well. I love what they're doing with Hideo right now, as far as his return matches, and as far as they've been putting him with all the Cruiserweight Classic guys, which I think is a super smart move. He's been aggressive. He's been a new Hideo, and I really do appreciate that. It makes me very excited for the upcoming feud with Aries. I'm very excited to see how those matches are going to go.
Yeah, it was. I almost completely forgot about the match just because we've had so much going on with wrestling this week. But yeah, it was really, really a lot of fun, and just some of the strikes that they're doing in those was just do you think Drew Gulak is going to be officially a part of NXT, or is this just
God, I hope so. I hope he's at least part of something. I really hope so, because Drew deserves to be there. He works his ass off. He's a different style. I think he's amazing. I
think he could blend well in NXT.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Yeah, because I feel like he might be out of place on Raw.
Slightly, yeah, because it depends. Well, it depends on what they're going to do with the Cruiserweight division. If it's just going to be more just go out there and have matches, then I think Drew would fit better there. But if they're going to do regular story stuff like everyone else, yeah, I can understand that. Because I don't think Raw is able to really tell the stories that Drew Gulak tells, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think in that case, I think NXT would be a good fit for him. I just want him to get signed somewhere because, God, he's amazing. He's really, really good.
Yeah, it was really a lot of fun. My good this week, it's going to go to Samoa Joe.
No.
It was really, really good. The promo he cut in the opening of the show, a very humble Samoa Joe, and he brought up Nakamura. He said, "I respect you. I want a rematch. I'm coming to you like a man. I'm not having William Regal do it. I'm just saying I want a rematch." Nakamura accepted, and I honestly didn't think they were going to do a turn until we focused way too much on Nakamura walking to the back down. Okay, we're getting this back. Okay, that's good. And then Samoa Joe, holy crap, beat the hell out of Nakamura.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of needed.
Yeah, Nakamura has looked, for obvious reason, but Nakamura has looked a bit unstoppable.
Asuka's had matches where she's looked vulnerable and stuff like that, and moments where she's looked vulnerable. Nakamura hasn't had that yet.
Yeah, which I think that's fair, but I think that's good because it makes the Joe moment mean more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Now, Eamon, I have a question for you before we move on. Who do you think loses a match first, Nakamura or Asuka?
Ooh,
because they're both undefeated.
I'll say Nakamura just based off of, and we'll get into this obviously later, but sort of the level of competition in those two divisions. Not to knock, not to knock the women's division, but I think Nakamura has a better chance. Obviously, it's hard to say, with NXT because there's so many variables there. I lean towards Nakamura because I think Nakamura has the ability to get beat by like a Samoa Joe or trying to think of another one off the top of my head.
Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, like.
Yeah. I think he'll be. I think because Nakamura's lost in New Japan, like it's not like he's
right.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be Asuka.
Mm.
I think she's going to lose a non-title match to one of these youngsters, and it's going to turn her full heel.
Okay, that could work too.
And it'll be something quick too, like a surprising roll up or something. Like because Asuka seems like to me she's gonna be like the overconfident type,
and
I think that could be her outdoing at least until Ember Moon gets there.
Yeah. But
yeah, that all right. So Eamon, what was your bad this week for NXT? Because not every show is perfect.
My bad for this week, and I'm usually in defense of these people, but I'm gonna go with the majority here. My bad for this week goes to the Full Sail crowd. I did not like them this episode. I'm slowly starting to realize and really starting to hate the fact that I feel like they're only willing to not just cheer, but boo or give a reaction to anyone who is a name. I feel like that kind of pisses me off a bit. Like, because we had two matches, I feel, where they were where people who are NXT are trying to bill as important were doing good stuff, and the crowd just wasn't giving him anything.
Liv Morgan and the Authors of Pain.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's and No Way Jose. Like I think there's.
I think that
to a degree.
I think that's remnants of him fighting Bobby Roode.
Yeah, there's that.
I think because No Way Jose is over. Even in the Full Sail crowd, he is over. But when you're going up against Bobby Roode, you're gonna get booed.
Right, but that's the thing. Like, it's almost to a degree, especially with just the way NXT is now, where they're bringing in a lot of names. Like, or you don't have like a thing like Bobby Roode, like with the entrance or whatever. Like, you're gonna get booed. Excuse me, no. It's not a matter of getting cheered or booed. You're just not going to get a reaction.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the No Way Jose thing is fine though. I think he's okay, but I totally get what you mean with. But at the same time, it's kind of NXT's fault.
No, I'm not blaming it on. Yeah.
It's kind of NXT's fault. Like, we have no reason for what the Authors of Pain are doing. Like, they have one of the best talking managers in the history of the business. He hasn't said one word. He's got to say something.
I mean, there's stuff I would change, obviously. I'm not saying that the things are perfect, but I think even, like, match-wise, like, I was very impressed by the Authors of Pain in this match, and I was very impressed by Liv Morgan. Yeah. And they were doing impressive stuff that the crowd just wasn't willing to give them anything. And I think that's the bigger thing. It's less of doing this or this with this person, but to just give them nothing, kind of, I don't know. It just frustrates me a bit, and it's not completely on the fault of the fans. I think it's on the fault of NXT, not for what they necessarily do with the characters, but just the environment that they've created, where it's like, we're bringing in this person and this person and this person, and here's all these big names that about them. Like, even I feel like that's happened to Andrade a bit also, because he's not coming in as La Sombra.
Well, he also has no personality that they've given him.
I understand it, and there's factors, but there's times where he's given them really good wrestling, and the crowd, like, I understand character-wise and stuff like that. Yeah, you need good characters, and yeah, you need developed characters, but if you're at least giving me good wrestling, I'll clap. Like,
I'll give you an example. When we saw, what was his name before he was Andrade Almas?
Probably Manny Andrade.
Yeah, Manny Andrade. Okay. Yeah. When I went to the NXT show in Poughkeepsie, Manny Andrade was going up against Tommaso Ciampa. And we knew who Ciampa was because, he had been teaming with Gargano and everything like that. no one in our crowd at Poughkeepsie knew who Manny Andrade was. And like there were a few smatterings because we could tell he was supposed to be a face. But then he and Ciampa had a baller match, and by the end we were chanting for Andrade. Like we were we were chanting "Let's go Manny" and stuff like that. Like we were into it. And I think the full Sail crowd.
I think the Full Sail crowd's not willing to do that is the problem.
Well, like, it's also you don't know when that match was in the tapings. Could have been tired.
Yeah.
Which it happens, but at the same time, I hate to use whether or not you want to take up the onus, you're part of the show. Like, whenever you go see a live taping of something, you have to realize that you are the in-studio audience.
I understand that you're taping 4 episodes of wrestling, but you're also taping, 4 episodes of wrestling, and the matches, a majority of, I would say 75% of them are, quick matches.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, you know what I mean? Your main events of the shows are usually, 10 minutes or something like that. But the actual other matches are not long. It's not like you're being worn. It's not like you're at a Ring of Honor show. I've been at Ring of Honor shows where it's 8 matches and they're all 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that can wear you out.
Or a pay-per-view.
Or a pay-per-view. Even at the Ring of Honor TV taping I went to a couple of years ago, they had longer matches, but they also had some really short matches, and that helped it. I don't to a degree I understand burnout, but it's not like you're getting 4 takeovers in a row.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it is what it is. I think if they had a bigger story, it also would have helped.
No, I understand that. I think there's also a thing with Full Sail where it's they've been given so much that it's they're not willing to, at least I'm not saying you have to cheer or boo everyone to the degree you cheer or boo everyone, because that almost defeats the purpose of a developmental system. But you at least got to give them something. There's probably later, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, my bad this week. Liv Morgan. No, the match was perfectly fine, and this is more of a character bad than anything else.
Her match with Rachel not Ellering. I thought that was very convenient.
That was gonna be my change. Actually.
Oh wait, my dad's on the show, so I have to change my name.
Yeah, that was gonna be my change. But Liv Morgan's promo, not horrible. This is more of a bad to the character. And I'm trying to use the proper vernacular for this. Bitch, is you crazy?
I kind of like it.
I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting.
I like the idea that everyone is most people of the top people in NXT's women's division have left. It's open season now. And I love that she's I'll challenge Asuka.
I just don't know if I would have done it with Liv first.
I think you have to, because here's the thing: you can't just go straight into Ember Moon.
No, I know you can't. But this is also the first time Liv Morgan has spoke in NXT. Yeah. You have been...
That's not true. That's not true. She had that really great backstage promo that one time for that battle royal.
Oh yeah,
where she did the gun noise.
I forgot about that. Okay. This is the first time she's spoken in ring.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have Billie Kay. And you've established Billie Kay.
But Billie Kay, in fairness, did lose at TakeOver.
Yeah. But I mean, she could still come out and beat Rachel not Ellering and say, "Hey, I'm back in my winning ways." So, I mean, it's not like Liv Morgan is lighting the world on fire with her win-loss record.
She's 2-0. Well, not 2-0.
Yeah, she's not 2-0.
She's got 2 in a row.
She ain't Goldberg here, Eamon.
She's got 2 in a row. Who she beat the first week? I can't remember. She beat someone the first week. But no, I think it's fine. I think Liv won't be the first in this case. I think they'll go through a couple girls, and it's obviously going to build to Ember. But I think because I mean, like I said, you can't quick shot Asuka Ember.
Oh no,
like,
no, that's a build. That's the Survivor
Yeah.
Series. That's the Takeover Survivor Series.
Well, also, not just that, but because Asuka, in fairness, Ember, as great as she is, needs more matches and needs more exposure and more time on TV before building to that match.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and she needs to talk.
Yeah, unless she's not going to talk. Like,
Okay, yeah,
I don't know if
fair, but I think she has to talk because already Asuka's kind of doing the "I'm not going to talk" thing.
Unless she's forced to talk.
Yeah.
But no, I think it was smart to go with Liv because I think they're really also kind of selling it as, really, girl, like,
Yeah.
we love you, Liv. You know, Jersey all the way, cool. But like, really?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're selling. I think if you're gonna start this whole thing where like the new girls are trying to step up, you start with Liv because she's the smallest, she's the least experienced, and you build your way up from there, maybe.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, you could start with Deonna Purrazzo, who I'm not sure if you remember this. She is famous for getting kicked in the head by Asuka.
So I love that, like, they released a clip from that promo on Twitter, and then Deonna quoted it saying, "Yeah, girl, good luck." Basically.
That's awesome. I didn't see that.
I think there's good girls at NXT, and hopefully we're gonna get more stuff with them.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Eamon, what is your change for NXT this week?
What is my change?
I already said mine. Mine, Rachel, call yourself Ellering. Come on.
I understand why. I understand, especially with Paul being on the same show. Like, I like the same episode. Like, I can understand that. Like, because
but then change your first name too.
Right, but you also have to come up to her and if you're still going to call her an Ellering, like, I don't know what my dad's doing. Like
that's like Michael McGillicuddy. I mean,
well, no, that's not fair. Kurt Hennig was never like working in WWE when
I know, but he mentioned it. Like, I'm gonna say my dad was Mr. Perfect, but my name is McGillicuddy.
But it's weird. No, it's weirder when you're just a jobber girl and your dad is also on the same show in like an evil heel manager role. Like, that's weird.
Okay.
I
mean, they could have used that. They could have used that.
But my thing was this. My change was this. More promo I think is good. I think it went a bit too long. Like, I looked down at the time afterwards and it was like 20 minutes. Like, until they cut to commercial and they were stretching Nakamura out.
I think that also might be the product of the last taping.
Yeah, it just felt weird, especially like that's a segment time that you could put in the opening of Raw.
Mm-hmm.
And NXT is only an hour show, so it's like I felt it went a little too long.
But in fairness, if it was the last taping, they might want to give a little bit more depth to, because that's the first time since Takeover that they've interacted.
Yeah.
Because the Takeover crowd didn't hear Samoa Joe's commentary. They've only seen one match with Nakamura, and that's it. Because Joe got injured. So,
no, I mean, I liked it.
You can't have a match with Joe. Like, you can't have Joe do too much physicality because of his jaw.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it was kind of the perfect way to do it.
Yeah, I understand that, and it's not like a super bad thing. It's just I was like, maybe you could, if it's 20 minutes, like maybe you could cut that by half. Like, I don't know. Like, just for me, I don't know. Okay. But it's not huge.
I think the length of it sold that.
The seriousness of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, complete side note. My side best for this week's episode of NXT is my favorite scene in NXT's history, in my opinion, is Regal in the back looking for Joe afterwards and like running in the parking lot, and Joe just speeds off in a car.
Joe wasn't even driving.
Right.
He wasn't even driving. He was in the passenger side. I wish he was flipping off Regal as he was doing it.
Well, he yells at Regal to get better security, but like the car, I'm not saying the car just drives off. It literally zoomed. Like
Yeah, it
Joe
peeled
could have
out.
yeah, it went quick. I also love angry. I love Angry Regal. Angry Regal is my favorite thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
He's like a dad ready to kick your ass. Like he's.
you know what? You know what I hope this leads to, and I really think it will.
Mhm.
Joe versus Nakamura, last man standing.
That'd be a way to go.
Mm-hmm. First last man standing match in NXT, and those two guys to do it. Oh man, someone's gonna get their fucking head kicked in.
And it would increase the kind of, because I think some people said about the Brooklyn match that it was good, but it wasn't what you would expect from those two from a first time matchup. Like people thought it should have been more hard hitting, and I think a last man standing match is the exact place where you would do something like that and have it more hard hitting.
Mm-hmm. Especially with those guys, you don't even need weapons for that match to be good.
Yeah,
like that. I think that would be a really interesting way to do a last man standing match with no weapons.
Yeah, because
we ever had that.
Not in WWE.
Yeah,
like I can't think of a WWE last man standing match where it's not like involves some sort of weapon or some sort of like certain level of like blood, violence, whatever. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, you know, I think there's never really been a last man standing match that's really been about like sort of a war of attrition sort of thing.
That'd be really interesting. Like if Regal says you two are going to have a last man standing match, but there will be no weapons in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, damn it, that's probably not going to happen now. But now I
well,
really
you don't even have to.
That.
I honestly, you don't really even have to have them say that.
Well, I think
like
no, but see, the thing is, I think you preface it like that. So you don't have assholes like us on the internet saying, "Why didn't they use any weapons?" Like,
I guess, yeah.
Because it's like saying you're going to have a draft, there are going to be NXT picks, and then not drafting the NXT champion, the NXT women's champion, the NXT tag team champions. If you just come out right and say these people are off the table, then no one says shit.
Fair, but yeah. I don't know. I just think like it would be weird thinking of Joe and Nakamura wrestling that kind of a match, like that kind of a match where they use weapons in like a last man standing fashion. Because I don't see Joe and Nakamura.
Joe can.
Particularly Nakamura, though.
Joe can because he's the heel. But Nakamura, yeah, it seems odd for him to do that.
Like, Nakamura doesn't use weapons ever. Like,
although, I'd love to see that man swing a Singapore cane. I feel like he would go, like, full fucking smooth criminal on that whole match. Like, he'd be moonwalking out of the way, using a kendo stick as, like, when he spins around and shit. That'd be awesome. Mm-hmm. All right. So was there anything else we missed on NXT, Eamon?
Well, I do want to compliment the Authors of Pain. I think their wrestling has improved. I think they've gotten rid of that kind of shakiness they had in the beginning. I also really like the squash. Like I thought it felt different than like your normal squash match. Like their matches feel a little less like wrestling. I love that they don't feel like wrestling matches. They feel like two guys just beating the crap out of people in like a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like
early Shield stuff.
Early Shield stuff. It's what the Ascension I think was missing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel in NXT, because the Ascension NXT is like you're like brooding like evil guys who like rise up from the ring, but you just have a wrestling match.
Yeah.
Like I like that the Authors of Pain are just like we're just gonna be brutes and we're just gonna
finish though.
They do need.
Again, by the way, Bobby Roode has a new finish. Thank God.
He does have a new finish.
No more Glorious Bomb.
Oh, you didn't like the Glorious Bomb?
It was okay. It seemed a little anticlimactic.
I can't remember. So the Glorious Bomb was like the TKO sort of thing?
No, it was a pump handle slam.
Oh, it was the pump handle. Yeah, the pump handle slam's weird. Didn't he used to do like a not Northern Lights, but
well, yeah,
Fisherman?
Yeah, he used to do a Fisherman Buster, I think he called it the Rudeplex, but I guess you can't really do that in WWE.
I guess,
yeah. And of course he can't do the what did he call it in TNA? Pay dirt or something like that because it was the AA. It was just the AA, and you can't do that.
Oh yeah. But yeah, you're right.
I still don't know why his finisher isn't Double R Spinebuster. because he throws a mean spine buster.
Well, I don't think a spine buster is really ever a finish.
He used to. He used to in TNA for a point.
Did he? Oh.
Yeah. He won the title on a double R spine buster.
Oh, okay. Spine buster just seems weird as a finish. It seems like a transition. Like,
I think it depends on how you sell it.
It depends. It obviously depends, but like I don't know. Every time I think spine buster, maybe it's because every time I think spine buster, I think The Rock.
Okay, yeah.
And the spine buster's always the transition to, or Triple H's spine buster, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, but The Rock's spine buster was really a finish. I mean, after what came afterwards was a damn elbow drop. I mean, let's be fair.
Right.
Let's be fair.
It was the spine buster that put him away.
It was the spine on the pine. Get it right, Eamon.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, I like you're right. It's like a lifting DDT he's doing now, but it's better than the pump handle. I prefer the fisherman. WWE is weird about stuff that's like that.
Well, they're weird. They're weird about moves that automatically go into a pin.
Oh, you think that's
I think that's what it is, because you can't just like if you're interfering in a match and you run in and want to hit your finisher, you can't just run in and hit a fisherman suplex.
Well, I also think they're weird with stuff that's like based around dropping people in their head. I know the fisherman's super safe, but like WWE's weird about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I actually just read Tyson Dukes from the Cruiserweight Classic did an interview, and they asked him about the process of everything, and he's like, yeah, like there were certain moves we had to get approved, and like stuff like he was like it was a struggle for Tozawa to get his German approved.
Oh, I would imagine so.
Because it's hard, because they're very they're very not cool on like moves where like head drops and stuff like that. He's like I'm sure the Kendrick Ibushi burning hammer thing was not approved.
Oh yeah, that probably wasn't. That was probably call it in the ring. Just do it.
He's like, Kendrick will pay for it afterwards. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. So, Eamon, where did you rank NXT this week?
Both
with the classic and without the classic, because that's what this week.
With the classic, it's 3. Without it, it's 2.
Okay. I'm gonna say with the classic it's 3, and without the classic it's 2. Yeah. All right.
Well, you're ranking the classic super low now that I think of it.
I'm ranking the classic number 2.
You said with the classic it's 2?
No, with the classic it's 3, without it's 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got confused.
Yeah, no, for me it's Lucha, Classic, NXT
and the other show.
And Holy Foley.
Yeah.
No, actually, Impact wasn't horrible this week. We'll get to it.
It wasn't great.
Nope, wasn't that either. But, all right, Eamon, where can the good people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Eamon2, please. You can also check out Inspire Pro Wrestling on Twitter at InspireProRes and at InspireProWrestling.com. Visit us at SmartMarkVideo.com and SMVOD.com. If you really enjoy NXT's Ember Moon, we have a Best of Athena in Inspire Pro Wrestling that you can pick up of some of our best matches in Inspire Pro.
Lots of flying blockbusters in that one.
It's not a blockbuster.
It's a blockbuster.
It's a stunner.
A stunner is kind of a blockbuster.
No, it's not.
It depends on how you sell it. Anyway, you can find me at MadMike4883 on the Twitter machine. Go on Facebook. Tell us if you think it's a stunner or a blockbuster. I think it's a blockbuster. Eamon clearly thinks it's a stunner. So go on our Twitter. Follow us at Mayhem Show. Hit the hashtag MM for when I live tweet NXT occasionally. And we will see you next week on the Midweek War.